Back with another YouTube video. Welcome to the Gift of God. I am Shy. Today I want to talk about what God has for you is for you. So I can't get jealous or be envious of what another person has, because what God has for me is specifically for me. See, when you want what other people have, you rob yourself of what God has for you. And you put yourself in a problem that should have never became a problem in the first place. And all you had to do was want what God had for you. That's why it says that on the 10 Commandments, do not covet. Do not want what anybody else has, because, this generation is confused. It's a confusing generation because people are praying for other people's husbands. People are praying for other people's wives. They're chasing their husbands. They're chasing their wives. And instead of asking God to give them what's theirs, they chasing other people's possessions. They robbing, stealing people cars. And instead of just being patient and receiving what God has for you, it creates bigger problems. It puts you in a situation that you could have avoided if you just wanted what God had for you. One of David's biggest sins was wanting what somebody else had. He wanted somebody else's wife and took their wife. And all of that could have been avoided if David just wanted what God had for him. And there's another thing I want to touch on, is that there's a lot of people that try to keep up with what other people have. They go broke trying to keep up with other people. If they get new shoes, they got to get new shoes. If they get a new phone, now they got to get a new phone. If they get a new car, they got to get a new car. If they get a new house, they got to get a new house. And they go broke trying to keep up with somebody else's lifestyle. What God has supplied somebody else to fund the lifestyle that they live. Meanwhile, because you're envious or you're jealous or you're trying to keep up and you want a certain look, you're maxing out credit cards because you're trying to live a certain lifestyle that you can't be patient for, that God has for you if you just be patient. And patience is the key to receiving what God has for you. There's no better feeling than getting something that you worked hard for. There's no better feeling than getting something that you worked hard for. And you value it more. See, people who try to keep up with other people, they don't value anything. They just want to look. The people who just want to steal what other people have, they don't value anything either. They just want it for the moment. But the people who slaved and who worked hard for it, and who was in the dirt, who was grinding for it, they value it. So people who want what other people have don't see what they had to go through to get what they have. They only lust after what other people have, instead of being patient enough to receive what God has for them. See, the life that I have, she's fine, she's gorgeous, but you can't have her because she's mine. Because if you could steal my life, you wouldn't be able to value it enough like I can, because I've got it from the mud. See, you want her, but you'll lose her if you got her, because you could not handle her, because you lusted after her instead of waiting on her. And patience is the key to getting what God has for you. Thank you for watching. Peace. Love you. See you next video.